And he is accompanied by Éva Sári, who has been teaching students who may come for 30 years. Right now, she is particularly focused on training people who are living in disadvantaged rural areas so that they have a better chance to feature in the labour market. And just so that I can get people set up, are you presenting in Hungarian or in English? In English? It's okay. Okay, because there was a huge rush with the headphones the last time. So please do come here. And I will allow you to juggle between yourselves. Don't be nervous, it's all great. And hey, look at this lovely room. All these people are agog to listen to what you're bringing. There we go.
So good morning. It's a privilege for me to be here with you. Thank you. So the title of our presentation is Innovation in Agricultural Education. First of all, let me introduce my school in a couple of words. I teach in a vocational school in a small town in the south of Hungary. And like many schools in Hungary, we are in a situation when the development of agricultural education causes a problem because we don't have appropriate financial resources. That's why sometimes our students aren't motivated enough, because in most cases, like the speaker before us, in most cases students' farms are better equipped than our school. That's why we had to find out something to motivate and to keep our students, something to give effective and adaptable knowledge and information for them, to ensure alternatives in case of lack of educational conditions, to fit in requirements of the continuously developing market, and if it is possible or if it is needed, to eliminate distances. But what does innovation mean for our students? They want something practical, something interactive, something realistic, because they want to act all the time. So they don't like theoretical things too much. And something that is easy to use both for the students and the teachers. I put a smiley here because it's easy to use for students, but the 50-year-old teachers, you know, it's harder. And we wanted something location and device independent. And we wanted to make our students enjoy learning, and we wanted motivating surroundings to make education as an experience. And finally, we found a solution with the help of Ministry of Agriculture and PICS. We are developing teams work. The result of this process was a virtualized practical training. It has VR elements, and it is not similar to any of former teaching methods. We got a special classroom, 2-3 square meter playgrounds, not 2-6, sorry, and 13 goggles, 2 projectors, and a monitor. And let me ask István speak about how to work with it.
What will make generations in the agriculture? We would like to touch, hear, and see the agricultural machines. We prefer activity and practice to books and libraries. Learning from books seems to be old school for us. What if I say we are able to see a fixing process or a machine exhibition within moments? I turn on the goggle, select an empty space, I can move, I am able to check a part of a model in a nice and comfortable surroundings. It is cost efficient, as we don't have to travel or buy anything. It is easy to learn the program. The teacher can help a lot as a coordinator. And how it works? The instructor can see what happens inside the goggles. He is even able to give help. The student uses his index controllers in his hands and navigate in the virtual space by them. The movement completed by the index controllers are realized in the virtual space as well. Precisely model 3D movement can be produced with the goggles. The student wears the goggles. takes the controllers and starts the program. The task can be selected in the menu. We have to decide if we want to practice or check knowledge. We are able to report using the cursor. We get to the place when we can start the working process. The program contains a workpad. There can be found a tape measure, a rag, a grease gun, a wrench and a spanner. We are able to lift them with the help of the triggers. We constrict the triggers and we go to complete the task. We have unlimited time and we don't have to be afraid damaging or breaking anything. We are able to present things via virtual reality that we cannot meet in the real life every day. We needn't examine the world only from one point of view, as we are able to see everything with the help of the VR. Thank you.
So, our goal is to create a framework based on a community. It would be the beginning, and the continuation lies in the strength of this community. This framework has 4 pillars. The first is education. It means that all of the curriculum and knowledge would be placed into the goggles, and everything could be reached from a menu of a goggle. The second pillar is pre-reviewed program library with skilled and expert people. The third is modeling through cooperation. It would mean a network of schools and companies. All of them would share their existing knowledge or their existing and completed models. And it would be a library, and all of this network could be reach the material for free from this program library. And the fourth pillar is inclusion of producer companies. It would be beneficial for the companies as well, because it is a marketing service for them. And if our students work with their models, they can become their later or future consumers and buyers, you know. And if they learn with these models, they will have an up-to-date product knowledge. So our students will become an efficient workforce immediately appearing on the labor market. And it is beneficial for schools because it is the cheapest way to get the machines for the education. And maybe VR may not mean an innovation for many of you, but the way we would like to use it in the future, it is an innovation in agriculture and education. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Brilliant. Brilliant. Fabulous. Who actually feels that they could fix a tractor now just from watching that video? Oh, okay, not quite. Could you already fix a tractor? Yeah, fabulous. Okay, I've hogged all of the questions. Just checking before I move on to our last speaker. Does anybody have a burning question off the back of this? Yes, the gentleman here.
Just want to know, do the teachers produce the VR environment themselves, or it has to be bought from a company? Sorry, I'm Anders Nielsen from Denmark.
We need companies, and the company helped us, but there is a program. I'm not an expert, but if we have this program, then if the teachers move their hands, they create a program with these movements, and you saw these lines, these blue lines. When they practice, they can see the lines, because these lines helps how to do it, but if there is a test, it happens with no lines. But the teachers make the programs, yes.
Thank you. And just out of interest, sorry, anyone else? Beg your pardon. No? And just one thing I wanted to pick up on for the briefest. You said, you know, the theoretical, we don't like the theory stuff, and books to us is old school. My own face kind of went at that, but fair enough, okay. Is there a need, though, to get that theoretical stuff in, you know, the entrepreneurial side, the management side? How do you... Briefly, how do you tackle that? Do you sell the VR stuff first and then you
No, so we need theoretical base at first, in my opinion, and then they can practice. So it's really important.
Okay, okay, yes. Interesting. Thank you so very much, both of you. There might be a question or two. Please kindly take your seats. Thank you.